Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. It's not a good morning. I say good morning because I want you to have a good morning, but we're having kind of a hell week here on the farm. In fact, we're not even really on the farm. I'm in the tractor today. I come home today to get caught up and do chores and have a shower and get some sleep and get back to dealing with what we're dealing with. But and that's what I want to talk about today is the stresses of running the farm when one of your kids gets sick. And so go back to last Saturday, actually, is I think that was the last video I actually made. I haven't been able to make any content since then, and that's fine because the guy's just right where he needs to be. But last Saturday we went to my niece's birthday party. Fun afternoon out. The kids all played. They had some cake. They had they had a good time. Sunday, everything seemed good with Charlotte. We took the kids to church. And Sunday afternoon, though, she started feeling unwell and tired and so we put her in bed and she had a bit of a nap. We were due for family pictures but she just wasn't feeling good. So we decided to cancel the family pictures. The wife had to work a night shift on Sunday night. So she went to work and I stayed home with the girls. And then all of a sudden Charlotte started puking and she was complaining of stomach pains, and she's puking, so of course stomach pains and puking they kind of go hand in hand. And my sister-in-law at the same time was also puking, and so we just immediately your brain jumps to what's the common denominator here, and it's probably a fruit tray at the birthday party kind of thing, like somebody's got an upset stomach from something that anyways. Sunday night goes through, she pukes all night. Monday I gotta leave home for business for a couple of days. My wife comes back from night shift and she says Monday things don't really get better. Charlotte continues to have abdominal pain and is still quite sick. So she takes her into the hospital and she's peeing kind of cloudy and dark, and so they think, oh well, maybe she has a urinary tract infection, and somehow that's escalated to the point where it's causing gastrointestinal problems. So, okay, well, that might be, when Carmen tells me that, I'm thinking, okay, well, round of antibiotics and we're back to normal, right? It's 2 or 3 days and we'll be right as rain. Well, anyways, Tuesday, she sends a text, no improvement. In fact, it's getting worse. Going back into the hospital. She went back in the hospital in Beaver Lodge and they're like, yeah, you know what, maybe we need to go for an ultrasound. So off they go then to Grand Prairie, and Carmen says, yeah, we're gonna go for I was away, and I wasn't away for long once they found this out, but she said, yeah, we're going for an ultrasound, and potentially it could be appendicitis. So that's no small joke. It's not a small joke, and when you're 4 years old, that's tough, right? So anyways, in the truck we go. They go to Grand Prairie. I drive to Grand Prairie all the way from Edson, and so they bring her in. Yeah, looks like there's something going on with her appendix. Into emergency surgery, really late in the middle of the night, and turns out her appendix had actually ruptured. So when it's basically worst case scenario for the appendix. So not a quick fix, not a round of antibiotics, and we go home and back to school on Wednesday kind of thing. Not at all. So we've been in the hospital now, like I said, since Tuesday, and it's now Saturday. And yesterday was a rough day. Her white blood count is coming up. Her blood tests are showing improvement, but it's still not good. She's still in absolute agonizing pain. And so Carmen and I have been switching off back and forth day to day, right? So I'll stay a day and a night, and then she'll come and stay a day and a night, and so that's how we're managing to keep the farm afloat. So she'll come back and she'll feed the cats and the dogs and the chickens and the sheep and everything like that. That's actually why I'm in the tractors, because I got to go run a bale out to the bulls here because they're due for some feed. Winter's a bit perfect timing, right? Winter came, we got dumped with about 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of snow. I don't know, it depends where you look in the field. So everybody needs feed right now, and you got this to deal with, right? And so the only way we've been able to manage that is basically take it in shifts. And so that's working for sleep. That's working for but she took time off work. I was able to get some work done from my laptop computer, but you know, working at about 20% output in terms of what my actual workload is, but you still, you know, keeping the wheel moving a little bit. And you know, just get home to have a shower every second day, and try and keep the animals fed and cared for as best we can. And so we're looking, you know, a long-term outlook. When I say long-term, I'm thinking like for the next 7 days kind of thing. We're probably not going to get home until, I'm thinking, at least midweek. So yeah, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. And yesterday was brutal, because we were thinking like she should be like starting to make improvements, but this was day 3 that she hadn't had anything to eat. She wouldn't eat, she wouldn't drink. She's on IV. I speak to the surgeon. The surgeon says, yeah, her white blood count's coming down, so that's improving. And, you know, in terms of intake, she's getting fluids, she's getting electrolytes. So, I mean, like, what are your concerns? And I'm like, well, because she doesn't want to drink and she doesn't want to eat. And it's hard to look at a bag of liquid and think you're getting what you need to be getting. But I'm thinking she needs, like, I need to see food intake. I need to see color in her face. I need to see a smile on her face to know that things are happening, and we're just not there yet, right? So, and then she had a drain in her abdomen. Of course, Chris, after they do surgery, there's all the fluids they have to flush with and everything like that. And so they put a drain tube in, and it goes into a little bag, and they've been draining that a couple times a day. And yesterday they decided to take it out, and yeah, the screaming, the pain, and there's some things that are really hard as a parent to watch, and that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch any of my kids go through, when they look you in the eye and they're screaming in absolute agony, and they're looking to you to make it stop, and you can't. You're trying to encourage them and tell them to breathe and tell them, you know, but anyways, it's a short process. It only lasts 4 or 5 minutes, but those are the screams that are going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Those are things you can't unhear. You know, the facial expressions, the pain in her eyes that you just can't unsee. But tough day for us. But you know, ultimately a really, really tough day for poor little Charlotte. So I'm gonna get the chores done here, and then get my behind back into Grand Prairie and switch Mama Bear out so she can come and, same thing, get a shower, get some sleep, and try to feel like a human being again. And I'll be there to keep kiddo company. Thankfully, you know, we've had aunties and grandparents, you know, that have been able to take Finley in, her youngest. And I feel bad for her, because she's making the circuit around the relatives right now. But you know, she's probably actually having a good time. Actually, she's, you know, having sleepovers, and she's getting to play with all her cousins, and it's actually, you know, it's not woe for her by any means, but you know, it's tough, right? Anyways, it's tough for the parents, it's tough for Charlotte. Finley's probably having a great time, but anyhow, I better get after this now so I can get back to town. I just wanted to give you an update in case anybody was wondering why all the content had stopped. And you know, if you were going to see any content, it probably wasn't going to be triple happy teddy bears. But anyhow, I'll let you go for now. I hope you're having a fantastic week, and I'm not sure when the next video is going to come, but we'll see you on the next one.